Hi, my name is Roseanne and thank you for watching this video. We created this video specially for SUSTA, the Southern United States Trade Association, and today we will tell you a little bit more about labeling in the European Union. The European Union is an attractive market for US food and drinks. After Canada and Mexico, it's the largest client with an export value of $7 billion for consumer products and seafood. The market of 500 million consumers is one customs zone. This means that when your product enters Europe, it can travel freely all over the different countries. But keep in mind that Europe consists of 28 different countries, all with different consumers, habits and logistics. Next to a lot of opportunities, there are also challenges, such as labeling, as you cannot use your US label in the US. What does it mean for you as an exporter? Sizes, metrics, languages. My colleague Victor Pfaff has a lot of experience in export trade and he will tell you a little bit more about labeling in the EU. We only have a few minutes, so we cannot tell you everything, but we will tell you what the most important challenges are. If you would like to know more, at the end of this video we will give you some websites with more information and documents. Victor, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Roseanne. Let's talk about labeling for the European market. First of all, if you are exporting bulk products like sweet potatoes or fish, labeling is not an issue because the importer will probably repack the product and does the labeling for the retail. But if we are talking value-added products, we have to consider labeling. First of all, there is the issue about languages. We in Europe are 28 countries and 25 different languages are spoken. If you take, for example, the German market with almost 100 million consumers, well, that's an easy one, but they would like to have the German language on the packaging. But what about exporting this packaging from Germany to Belgium? That's, of course, then a challenge. Can we put two languages on a packaging? That is an option. If your packaging is large, you can put 2 or 3 different languages on a label. However, it does not make your product more attractive. Another question which is often asked, can we put a sticker on over our labeling? Well, by law that is accepted. However, you can imagine that the retailers are not considering this as attractive for their retail shops. So let's have a closer look to labeling. The first thing next to languages is metric. We in Europe are 100% metric. Our consumer and also our importers have no idea about ounces, pounds, or when we talk about temperatures, Fahrenheit. So you have to declare your product with metric sizes, grams, kilos, and if we are talking about temperatures in Celsius, that's the only way. Ingredients, that's another issue. All ingredients in the product has to be mentioned, starting by the largest ingredients and going down to the lowest ingredients. Water is not considered as an ingredient in the European market. 7 mandatory elements are compulsory to mention on your label, like energy, fat and several more. Next to that, it is also compulsory to mention those elements in your product which can cause allergic reaction at consumers, like cow milk, nuts and several others. Moving on to the codes which you have to print on your labeling during production. First of all, we would like to see a production code so that in Europe they can trace and track your product back to there where necessary. Next to that, very important, you have to mention the best before date, including how the product has to be stored, again in Celsius. Wine and some vegetables and other products do not have this mandatory item and can be shipped without best before date. Last item to discuss in this video is the barcodes. We all have barcodes in the US and in Europe. The barcodes in the US have, I think, 9 or 10 digits and we have 11 or 12 digits. Well, no need to change that because our scanners at the counters in the retailers can read the American barcodes. These are the main items for labeling for the European market. Nevertheless, I would like also to emphasize on the fact that there is, next to the retail market, where labeling is very important, a large food service market on the European market, very attractive for US exporters. Here labeling is less critical. Here you can work with stickers. Here you can work, for example, with an English language for restaurants in the Dutch or Belgium market. Please keep in mind that this is also an attractive market for US exporters, the food service market in Europe. Keep this market in mind for your strategy when you are talking about your labeling. Thank you very much.
Indeed, we only had a few minutes and we were only able to give you the basis information. But we will give you some websites on which you can find documents for more information, and if you have questions you can always contact us or SUSTA. Do you want to enter the EU market? Please know that SUSTA has a lot of interesting events for you. Please go to the website for the European program or contact your SUSTA contact person. Thank you.